Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cash back. Hey guys, welcome to episode 11 of Season 6. It's season finale time here in the Career Mode RTG. We have the slimmest of chances of European football next season, and we shall try our absolute best to get that European football, but it might not be a thing. Newcastle and Cardiff to start us off. They should be 2 victories, and then Tottenham away on the final day. In fact, all 3 of our final games of the season are away from home. Currently 8th, which is where we finished last year. I'd very much like to at least improve on that, which would mean we have at least improved each and every season and not backtracked. But I would be, well, I am disappointed to be leaving ourselves with such a tall ask on the final day to get automatic promotion. To get European football for next season. Initially, when we started the year, I said I wanted to concentrate on the cups this year, and then as the season went on, we looked like we were going to be able to do it through the league, so I didn't put too much emphasis on the cups, and as it happens, we haven't been able to do it, or it doesn't look like we're going to be able to do it through the league. That's probably quite a strong side anyway, and Soki could maybe start at left back ahead of Spoiler. But other than that, I don't think I'm going to make any changes to that Newcastle starting lineup. It looks pretty strong, or at least the strongest that they could currently put out to play against us. Gerzic still starting up top for us today, but which one of he or Sabi will still be here next season, as of yet, unsure. Let's try and start with 3 points. Just take it one game at a time, and whatever happens, happens. So nicely to Oscar Hill. Cosse looking for Firpo. Drive inside. Gerzic was too good for his own good there. I nearly overran that. We'll look for Gerzic again. Oh, shot taken early, but well blocked. Well, I say well blocked. I think it just hit him. I don't think he knew much about it, but regardless, it was a decent block. Poor pass, though, looking inside. Well, they're giving it away, though. Pops up to Moreles. Bit of space on the left foot, deflected off the defender. Llorente, they're throwing themselves in front of the ball at every given opportunity. Lookman with a corner, and Woodman gets there. Perella will knock that down. Moreles brings it down. He'll shoot. It's blocked again. Can we win that header? No, and Soki's got the aerial advantage. Tom Davies does brilliantly there. Ends up on the floor after doing what looked like a forward roll out the corner of my eye over the top of the defender. And Newcastle come forward on the counter, and they do have pace up top. Bardi across to Eddie Nketiah. Back to Shelby, looking for Eddie Nketiah again. The former Arsenal youngster fires. Newcastle 1-0 in front. It's been all one way in the opening 15 minutes until that counter-attack. And, well, it's great football, but the finish is outstanding. The power on it to beat the goalkeeper, absolutely next level. Outside, or laces, actually, of the foot. Great finish. That's 1-0 to our opponents. Not the start we needed. Di Matta out wide there to Nsoki. Driving forward. I'll have that, thank you. Apparently, no, I won't. Here's Molanes. He could cross. Hasn't. Back to Nsoki. He will cross. Conti wins the header. Ziegler knocks that down to Gerzic. Will just keep possession for the time being. Get that there to Gerzic. He's gone again there, Moreles, but Gerzic will look for Ademola Lookman and find him well. Good first touch. Look to dart inside. Great agility to do so and keep the pace going. Gerzic, finish and a half from the Swedish international. We have an equaliser and we need more, so it's a case of run in, pick it up, go again, and look for a second. It's a great finish, though. Davies gets to that first. Moreles will just play that short. Gerzic. Oh, it didn't quite work. Ziegler out wide there to Lookman. Plays very narrow here. Ziegler again, that 99 finishing, and there it is. Cambridge 2, Newcastle 1. He might well be punching the air with both fists. Ziegler gives us a 2-1 lead. 99 finishing now, Ziegler. I haven't trained it. It's just grown that well for some reason. Through the legs of his teammate. Through Gerzic's legs and into the back of the net. Oh, it's almost as if he meant to do that, the striker. Beautifully done, expertly timed from both of them. Cambridge 2, Newcastle 1. We've turned it around. The European dream still lives. Junior. Into Moreles. Forward to Gerzic. It's Tom Davis. This is good football at the beginning of the half. Moreles is through that gap. Quickly look for the striker. Good footwork, but so quick that the defender wasn't able to be fooled by the first movement. because I turned back the other way and into his challenge. Here's Ziegler. Morales across for Jaden Bogle, who will just get there in time. Beautifully played down the line there for Ziegler. Early ball in and cleared away by the defender. Oscar Hill gets it under control. Morales. Ademola Lookman. Oh, tripped. Was he there? I thought so. Ziegler will still try and get the cross in here. And it's a really good whip. And underneath that, Oscar Hill, I think it was. Indeed it was. It's been a great goal scoring form recently, but not on this occasion. Just wide.
Substitution will take place.
Stuff. Forward there to Eddie Nketiah. Back to Tonic. Lookman just stood there. Referee thought about giving a foul, but in the end didn't. I'm glad he decided that was how he wanted to play that out. Get this out to Uno. He's come off the bench here. Suarez Garcia's also done the same. Quickly looked to fire that through, and it's poor. And now we're really on the back foot. We've scored the majority of our goals throughout the course of this save on the counter-attack. And Di Matta wastes theirs. And Soki going off, and a new left-back will come on in his place. But they could have done with a new striker there, because that was really, really poor from the man in front of goal for Newcastle. Gerzic, lovely change of direction. Suarez Garcia has the run on the defenders and the acceleration, but not the finish, unfortunately. We'll put the defender under pressure, and the keeper scrambles it away for a throw-in to us. Perhaps we might yet get a third and put the game beyond any reasonable doubt. I would very much like to do so. Oscar Hill has been great, but not this time again. Perhaps the previous couple of episodes were as far as his goal-scoring antics were going to go. Gerzic. Oh, hello. That was a bit fancy. Unnecessary, but we'll take it. And no, I'm not going to play Uno. I'm going to go back to Suarez Garcia. Oh, blocked. Uno! Oh, blocked again. And the keeper should catch and has done. And I've fouled him. Still 2-1 up, though. We're doing our bit so far. Sarita. Forward there to Bardi. Good football. Di Matta's gotten past Conti. Here's Ennis Bardi again. That's a good turn. Not once, but twice. Trying to slow him down. We can't. And Eddie Nketiah is going to drop for them, isn't it? Angus Gunn might well be furious. Brilliant from Bardi, but the defender, it just hit him. It just hit him. There's not much I could do about that. It's a really nicely taken finish. But Newcastle have pulled it back to 2-2 with 10 minutes, 6 minutes to go. I really need a goal right here, right now. Uno, please, please do me a favour. Uno. Oh! Deflected and wide for a corner. Oh, Bardi going off. Lookman with the delivery. Perella could be underneath this. Oh, what a save from Freddie Woodman. Unbelievable. We'll try again. Lookman with the delivery. Oh, it's going to drop here to Uno. Get it across. Conti. Oscar Hill. No. Oh, can't believe it. This will be European football gone. The best we can hope for is a higher finish than last season, which, to be fair, we're probably going to get if we can win our last 2 games. Please, ref. Please, ref. No. 2-2 draw against Newcastle, and that last gasp equaliser for them sums up our season. Decent, but when it comes down to it, not quite at the quality needed, or of the quality needed. We've dropped to 9th. Oh, bollocks! Cardiff next. Cardiff starting lineup. Francis in goal for them. Lakacevic, Morrison, Julian and Pereira. Alama holding. Looks like a 4-1. 4-1 for them. Mendes, Lang, Damor, Palmer and Buana. And up top on his own, Hornby. Fraser, is it Fraser Hornby? I think it's Fraser Hornby. I mean, this is certainly a winnable game, but I'm on a bit of a low right now. Free kick played forward. Tom Davies should win that header and has done so well. And Gerzic brings it down also tidily. There's Morales. Waiting for the run of Gerzic. There it is. And Tom Davies. Ball played through is decent. Oh, the touch is so heavy. And he didn't seem to want to sprint towards that. He just jogged towards it. I still had the sprint button held down, which is what brought the heavy touch. But if he'd actually sprinted towards it, he would have gotten to it. We can still mathematically finish in Europe. It is still mathematically possible for us. We just need other results to go our way. I could really do with goalkeepers not having incredible reactions like that. 60% possession so far in this one, but I can't seem to get the ball to go across the line. Oscar Hill does well. Ademola Lookman also spins well. It's Oscar Hill again. That might pop free for someone, but it hasn't. It's going to be 0-0 at the break here against Cardiff. We can still qualify for Europe despite that draw against Newcastle. We just need other results to go our way. I also need to win this game first. Hill out wide to Junior. Down the line to Ademola Lookman. Racing away in behind. Really good run. But I need teammates in support. And they have arrived. I don't know why arriven was the new word that my brain decided to make up. Here's Tom Davies. Oh, that took a deflection, please. No, it didn't. Oh, help me! Davies. Lookman. There to Gerzic. Morales is there. Ziegler's arriving and pointing for it. Stand the ball into the middle. Punched away by the keeper. Davies gets there first. Oscar Hill. Well, why not? Oscar Hill. Oh, really? Oh, I tell you what, I'm done with this season. I really am. I brought Sabi and Suarez Garcia off the bench. There's only 15 minutes left to go in the game, so I don't think they're going to be able to make much of an impact. Good header by Ziegler. Not that back with Sabi. Oh, it's taken in his stride really well there by Suarez Garcia. And Sabi looks to get around the outside. The defender, Sabi, good save by Francis. We could keep this in with Lookman and have done. And we'll find Ziegler who will knock it down. And Suarez Garcia flies over the bar. I probably shouldn't have taken that first time. They've had one shot. We've had 7. There have been no goals. I'm genuinely concerned now that we might actually finish worse off than last season. I just can't quite believe the way that the season has ended. We look so promising. Around about January, like December to January, we look so promising for a European spot. Ziegler finished that. We are going to get the win with the last kick of the game. Prior to this match, it was still mathematically possible for us to finish in a European spot. We had to rely on other results and ensure we got the victory. We're going to get the victory. We have to now go and beat Tottenham and hope that other results go our way. But that goal, that victory, might well ensure that we do finish in a higher spot than last year. But I really think we're going to need big changes in the upcoming summer transfer window. Tottenham have Mere in goal, 4 at the back, Trent, Alexander-Arnold, Benkovic, Davinson Sanchez and Atal. Harry Wilson, De Bruyne and Fornals in the midfield, with Dele Alli sat behind Heung-min Son and Harry Kane, who is by far the league's top goal scorer. By far. The last time we played Tottenham, I got battered. I'd like to avoid that this time, if possible. Suarez Garcia and Sabi both start in this final league game of the season. It could potentially be both of their final games for the club. We'll wait and see what happens at the beginning of next year, but I have some relatively big plans for the next summer transfer window, and whether they're involved in the squad next year or not will probably be decided by you guys over the next couple of episodes. I think big changes are needed if this squad is to go on to the next level. We just need to ensure that we make the right decisions at the right time. But Sabi is in behind. Oh, but he can't score against Mere. I can't believe I haven't scored there. Lookman with the delivery. It's decent. Perella with the header. Side netting only. Dele. Tackled by Suarez Garcia. And he'll keep it in too. Tom Davies. Forward there to Sabi. Around the corner to Suarez Garcia. Driving forward, Atal is with me. We'll pull that back. It's actually Oscar Hill. I had to take the touch to settle myself because first time he'd have just put it well over the top of the bar. We've got the throw. We'll go back towards Jaden Bogle, who will get that there to Tom Davies. Oscar Hill quickly looking for Suarez Garcia, who spun brilliantly. Can he finish? Oh, across the face of goal and wide. Jaden Bogle. In there to Suarez Garcia. Pokes forward to Ademola Lookman. Forward to Sabi. This time, maybe. This time! Emmanuel Sabi buries it. Cambridge 1, Tottenham 0. We're in front. If anything, I just want to get payback against Tottenham for the battering they gave us at the Abbey earlier on in the season. I don't yet know what victory here could do for our league campaign. Here's Dele Alli. Fornal's back. Ziegler intercepted briefly. We've still got possession here. De Bruyne, Wilson, De Bruyne again. Good footwork. Out nicely to Trent. That's a hell of a ball in, but Conte will head away. And Sabi on the counter. Suarez Garcia is available over here. Could we be in again? Sabi's not really busting too much of a gut to get into the box. He is now, and twice Mere has made brilliant one-on-one saves to deny us a goal. That's a good delivery though. Up goes Sabi, but over the bar goes the ball. Trent Alexander-Arnold to De Bruyne. Oscar Hill thinks otherwise. And then gives it straight to Harry Kane, who of course buries it. Oscar, the are you doing, mate? Good tackle, and then I tried to play that. I aimed it at Perella. I aimed the pass to Perella, and well, when I put the button combination in, Perella was in the position to receive the pass, and then he just kind of ran off. Davies, forward there to Suarez Garcia. Jaden Bogle around the outside here from right back. Ziegler will look for Davies in the middle. Sorry, for Suarez Garcia in the middle and find him well. We'll get that to Ademola Lookman, who's got around the outside of Trent Alexander-Arnold and turned inside. Oh! Their goalkeeper is unreal. Mere at it again. That's 3 times he's made top stops. Well, I might want a new goalkeeper next season. And I tell you what, I might be going for this Mere guy. Perella around the corner looking for Sabi. Lovely turn. Sabi, Mere with a save. Knocked off his feet though. Does tend to do that apparently. When he makes the saves, he tends to fall over. So maybe if the ball is going to rebound into decent positions, he might not be the best goalkeeper to sign. Benkovic in the way of that. It will be another corner. 15 minutes exactly to go. Good delivery. Good header off the top of the bar. Dele Alli forward there to Kane. Cross to Oliver Skip. Out wide to Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's very low on stamina. Lookman tackles him, but somehow Trent comes away with the ball. And then just walked into it. That was weird. Junior to Oscar Hill with a throw. Suarez Garcia across here to Tom Davies. I made a couple of changes. See if they help. Well, we might well immediately have an impact because Uno's in behind here. And Uno... I tell you what, I'm so done with this goalkeeper. He's far too good. I'm really contemplating trying to sign him next season. Uno again. Oh, and Mere makes the save. I think I might go for him, you know. I think I might go for him. Yuma out there to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Back to Benkovic. Inside to De Bruyne. If they give the ball away, I could set Sabiel through, but they don't seem like they're going to give it away. Dele Alli bumped off it there, and now the counter-attack is on. Oscar Hill, 3 minutes added on at the end of the game. I've just seen the space for Ziegler on the far side. Sabi will play it around the corner. It's actually Gerzic. I forgot I'd made the change. I didn't press anything. Why have you done that, Uno? Why? Why did he do that? I didn't press anything. Oh, man. This season has been... equal parts exhilarating and equal parts super frustrating. 16 shots in that game, 11 on target. Their goalkeeper is unreal. Unreal. We finished 9th. We actually finished in a lower position than last season on 60 points. Is that... I'm going to go to my video manager now and I'm going to check and see if that's better or worse points tally-wise than last year. In the end, it's Liverpool that win the league by 4 points from Chelsea, City in second and Spurs in fourth on goal difference alone ahead of Manchester United, Leicester in 5th. Let's have a look at the at the Premier League season finale from last year and see if we're able to, even though we didn't improve on our league position, if we were able to improve on our overall points haul from last season. Just need to find the right point in the video to find the league table. There we go. And I finished in 8th last year with 16 victories. And then 10 and 12 in the draw and loss column. But which way round? The answer is 10 draws, 12 defeats. So actually, I got 2 more points this year than I did last year. 2 more. We've gone from 58 points and 8th to 60 points and 9th. We scored 54 goals, and I scored this year 56. And we conceded 48, and I've conceded 42 this year. So, on paper, we have actually improved. But it's such a minuscule improvement that I really think there's going to be ruthless changes in the squad next season. I think it might be time to throw loyalty out the window. If we want to drastically improve and get ourselves up into those European spots, we're going to have to sell some of our higher rated or better prospect players for immediate improvements to the starting 11. I'm going to go and basically sim to the end of the season, train along the way, of course, and then we'll have a full season roundup at the end of 2024. Right, I've gone as far as I can towards the end of the season, and we shall have a quick roundup of everything in the leagues and competitions that we were involved in, other big competitions around Europe, and of course have a final squad report and an initial thought about what to do in the transfer window, because clearly we have a lot to do. As we mentioned just at the end of the previous highlight, we have technically improved from last year by scoring more points, scoring more goals, and conceding less goals. We won just as many games, but lost 2 less, drawing 2 more. Liverpool win the league though by 4 points. Chelsea, Manchester City and Spurs round out the European spots. Manchester United there in 5th. In the end, we were 6 points away from European football at the end of the season. I'm not sure if I'm disappointed with the season, or I kind of get why we didn't shoot up the table as we kind of hoped we might. Relegated this season are Cardiff, Burnley and Crystal Palace, so they'll be playing in the Championship next year. I'm really not sure what to make of this season. We should have done better in cup competitions. Well, we should have done better in the FA Cup specifically. Newcastle win 4-3 on penalties, so congratulations to them. We of course went out in the... was it the 3rd round? Yeah, went out in the 3rd round to Liverpool by 1-0. We are going to have to decide next season what we put priority on, league or cup, because this year I thought I was going to put priority on the league, priority on the cup. Then we started to do quite well in the league, so I was like, okay, maybe I won't put priority on the cups. And then, as it happens, our league form took a turn for the worse, and we ended up not finishing in a European spot. And as it happens, we don't get the chance to do that via a cup competition either. So I'm really frustrated that we've done that. In the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, we lost by 1-0 to Newcastle United. So we didn't do well enough in either cup competitions, really. We did better than we have done previously, but still not good enough. The UEFA Super Cup was won by AC Milan. The Champions League this year was, I believe, again won by Atletico Madrid. Indeed, it was on penalties. So back-to-back Champions League wins for Atletico Madrid. In the Europa League, this time it was AC Milan that won it last year. And this year, it eventually changes. Manchester City win the Europa League on penalties over FC Köln, who get to the Europa League final. It's currently Euro 2024. As you can see, Germany, Spain, Denmark and Italy in that group. England, Netherlands, the Welsh and Slovenia in that one. France, Belgium, Greece and Northern Ireland. And Switzerland, Poland, Hungary and Portugal. No idea how that is going to transpire throughout the course of the summer, but I'll keep you informed at the beginning of the next season with how the Euros are going. Wow! How's that for a title fight in a championship? On goal difference, Nottingham Forest and Southampton both locked on 101 points, but it's Forest that get the league title. Then one of Stoke, Huddersfield, Leeds and Middlesbrough will come up via the playoffs. It's Rotherham, Sunderland and Bradford that get relegated. Sunderland back down into League One. Preston And Charlton will go up automatically. Portsmouth, Peterborough, Millwall, or Forest Green even could be coming up to the Championship via the playoffs. Relegated down to League 2, Oldham, Gillingham, Luton and Wimbledon. Up from League 2, Northampton, Doncaster, MK Dons, then one of Shrewsbury, Bristol Rovers, Blackpool or Exeter will also go up via the playoffs. And again, if the conference was on the game, Macclesfield and Morecambe would have been relegated. Paris Saint-Germain win Liga. Bayern Munich win the Bundesliga. That's not Serie A. Neither's that. There's Serie A. Juventus win on goal difference in Serie A. No, it's done on head-to-head, isn't it, in Italy? But still, they would have won on goal difference if it were done that way as well. In Italy and in Spain, Atletico Madrid win the league on goal difference. Although, again, it's done on head-to-head in Spain, but they would have won either way again. Atleti doing the double. Congratulations to them. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to be able to see who won the Copa del Rey. Maybe Atletico did the treble this season. One clear winner in the Golden Boot race, that being Harry Kane. 8 clear of Mariano at Arsenal. My highest league goal scorer was Moreles with 10. That says everything about our season. Assist-wise, Ademola Lookman with 11. He was certainly our best player this season as far as I'm concerned, and the only player on the top of the assists. Angus Gunn with 13 clean sheets in 37 games. Defending wasn't our issue this year. I say that, and we haven't scored many goals. We haven't had one outright goal scorer, but we only scored like 2 more than last year and only conceded 2 or 3 less than last year. So we haven't seen drastic improvements on either front. Yet it felt like I wasn't scoring goals this year. That's what it felt like throughout the majority of the season. It felt like I wasn't scoring goals, but we actually did score more than last year. I just didn't have a marquee standout goal scorer or 2 goal scorers. It was Suarez, Garcia and Sabi last year, and basically nobody else scored goals. They were kind of shared around the squad this year. Didn't do the youth one by calling a player up and having them play in 5 games or more. Not fussed about that. We did do the other youth development one though. Didn't sign a crucial forward player. We will almost certainly be doing that next season though, although it was only a short-term goal unfortunately. And within 3 seasons, increased the season ticket holders by 10%. We haven't been able to do that yet. No financial goals. Domestic success. Got knocked out early on in the FA Cup. That sucks. They wanted a mid-table finish in the league, and we were able to do that. We got 9th. So overall, my manager rating is currently 79, which is not necessarily massively impressive, to be completely honest. Now, the decisions we have to make for next season are huge, and it all depends on what my budget is. We didn't have a massive budget this year. It was only about 38 to 40 million pounds. I'm going to need to raise more money if we're to drastically improve the team next year if I don't get the budget. Angus Gunn has grown up to 79 rated, and clearly with 13 clean sheets is doing the business for us in goal. So I'm not sure what to do there. I thought earlier on in the season to myself, maybe we shall improve on Angus Gunn, but 13 clean sheets and 2nd in the Golden Glove race, that's decent. That's still very, very good. For some reason, goalkeeper kicking ratings fly up. 98 kicking on Green, 99 kicking on Angus Gunn. Green's growing well. I am training him now. He's valued at 7 million. I will probably sell him on next year, but I might wait until January to sell him on, depending on what we do in the summer transfer window. Jaden Bogle is up 2 to 80 rated. Still really pleased with him, but as I mentioned earlier on in the episode, it might be time to throw loyalty out the window and sell players on to just improve. Jaden Bogle might be one of the players that leaves to negate that improvement. Bradley Halliday out on loan, done nothing. Audley Harrison. Archie Harrison up 3 to 75. I will look to sell him on next year. I will certainly look to sell him on next year and finally get him out of the squad. Conti, I was very, very pleased with Conti this season. I think he was an improvement on Geertruida, and I'm quite happy to keep him at the squad and in my first team next season. Victor Perella up 2 again to 82 now. 90 jumping, 90 sprint speed, 92 aggression. He's got 99 short passing, great ball control, and he's very good in the tackle too. Our scout future star from season 1 is still looking very impressive. They will remain my starting 2 centre-backs next year. Elsewhere in the squad is where we shall improve first. Jack Watmore is up to 77 rated and still decent, valued at £8 million. Bailey's now in the first team squad, 72 rated, growing really well. I might sell Watmore and use Bailey as my backup centre-back alongside Getrauda, and then we might see Watmore go to raise funds. Taylor Mason is up. He's actually 4-star, which is pretty decent. Complete centre mid as well, apparently. Still needs a lot of training. What is an exciting prospect is his tag. Lucas Henriksen is up 5 to 72. Continuing to look like a decent player, although still only 5'11", unfortunately. Getrauda is 75. He's still growing and will still be one of the best or most effective players we have at centre-back. But obviously, Perella and Conti will continue to be my starting pair. Then Getrauda and probably Bailey will be my backup pair, with Watmore moving on to help raise funds. Loyalty is going out the window next year. Firpo will continue to be my starting left back. Mancini is up to 77 and continuing to grow well. I will send Bruce Wood out on loan. I will send Cameron Lee out on loan again. Up 4 and up 7 respectively for the two of them. And hopefully they will continue to do well out on loan next season. But these two will continue to be my starting and rotation too. Oscar Hill up 3 to 79. 89 slide tackle, 90 stand tackle. I am now starting to train his passing stats and a couple of others just via extra modules in training presets. So hopefully we should see his overall grow considerably next season. Gray, I'm probably going to sell. It's not worth much, but he's not growing well. Suarez Garcia. What to do with him? 3 goals, 3 assists in 15 games, although to be fair, the majority were from the bench. Is it time for Loyalty to go out the window? Is it time for Suarez Garcia to move on? That would be a tough one. Clouty's going to leave me. His contract runs out at the end of the season. Not asked about improving that. Isaac Morris. I would certainly consider selling him to raise funds. 100% Isaac Morris can leave me to raise funds. Toby Edwards. Up 4. He's growing quite well. He's still only 19. Plenty of room for growth there. Elliot Lee. We saw a decrease in form when Lee came in for Oscar Hill. He's valued at £28 million. I would consider selling Elliot Lee on to replace Oscar Hill in the starting lineup with another CDM that is better than Elliot Lee. Perhaps. Or even to raise funds to sign someone elsewhere. Patrick Turner actually has 5-star skills. I didn't realise that. He's growing really well. Up 8 to 71 rated. 88 stand tackle. 82 short pass. 84 long pass. In the key areas, he's decent enough already. And 81 stamina is good too. Lewis Baker's up 5 to 75. He too looks pretty tasty already. So we have centre mid options. Tom Davies is 25 now. No growth from him this year, but 84 rated and still very, very good for me. 4 goals, 5 assists, high average ratings. Bauman, he'll come back from loan and I'm quite happy to sell him on to raise funds. Uno, up 1 to 81. I would be willing to sell Uno on. 19 million. His valuation, 85,000. You guys asked for him to stay last year. I think it might now be time for Uno to leave. Although, to be fair, I'm not going to improve on Lookman at left mid. So maybe Uno's a player that I keep. He got 11 goals in all comps, although 3 came in pre-season. 8 goals, 11 assists in the Premier League for Ademola Lookman. My top goal scorer this year, I believe, unless Morella's got slightly more. Indeed, he did. Morella's up 4 to 82. I don't know what to do, Morella's. He's got great potential, obviously. Early 90s. But Suarez Garcia just feels more impactful still. But I can't bring myself to sell Morelos because of his potential. £34.5 million. But at the same time, I can't bring myself to start Suarez Garcia over Morelos because Morelos needs the first team football to improve. So that's a particularly tough one. Herbert Ziegler, 7 goals, 5 assists this season. His physicals continue to grow, although not by much. I could really do with his physicals. His technicals are great, obviously, as you can see. But physically, I need more from him. I need more. I need better acceleration. I need better sprint speed. Obviously, we've done better with Lookman on the left than we have with Ziegler on the right. And that purely is down to the physical stats. Rizzo is growing well, but will go out on loan again. Now, this is a situation. Striker. Sabi. 8 goals in 31 games. Gerzic, 6 in 27. Sabi's valued at 8.5 million. Gerzic is valued at 23.5. Do I sell Gerzic for a massive, or as big a fee as I possibly can, and replace him and keep Sabi as my backup? I think I'm gonna sell the Swede. Pretty sure I'm gonna sell the Swede, but I am gonna take your feedback on board for that. But I think striker's gonna be a position that we improve. Cooper will hopefully go out on loan next year. He's growing well though. Monnier, I genuinely don't know what to do with him. He's growing really well, but I just don't know. And then Dennis Adebola has barely seen any first team football this season because Lookman came in. Uno's my backup. Do I sell Uno and keep Dennis Adebola, or do I sell Dennis Adebola and keep Uno? Both are valued a decent amount. I genuinely have no idea what to do in the upcoming window. I just know that I want to make drastic changes, but I don't know what drastic changes to make. Oh, it's going to be a really tough one. But next season, I still don't know what to prioritise. Because I want a cup win at Cambridge, but I want to get into Europe. I don't know whether I should just make sure I get myself into Europe with a league finish, or whether try and rely on a cup. It's such a difficult decision to make. I don't know how to make it. I might need your help there. That's all for season number 6. Please join me in season number 7 for episode 1 tomorrow. I am going to need your feedback. Oh, please give me a decent budget as well, board. I need a decent budget next season. I'm going to go and record episode 1 of season 7 now. I'll see you tomorrow.